Yeah. All right. Hey, okay. Let's see. Tons of problems today. Tons of problems. I'm assuming that this stream is like not buffering good because why not? But hey everybody, thanks for waiting around. Literally, electric company came by. Oh, not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, cool. Well, that's a problem. So let's get rid of you and let's see if I take off Odyssey. Maybe that will save it. Oh, man. I don't know if I'm allowed to have a good birthday today. I don't know what the cards are. Electric company came by. They needed to swap out a meter right when I had just started a stream. And now my computer is saying poor status. I'm trying to maintain a good mindset here, guys. But like, I'm feeling, oh, there we go. There it goes. Nope. Gone. Hey, any issues? Jess Palmer, good to see that. Smash that like button. Buffering a little. Let's see if I can, wonder if I can change the bit rate maybe. I could do that while I'm streaming. No, that's a thing. This is the musical saw. I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. Output. Nope. Oh, maybe I can. Let's see. Can't change the output. Maybe I should just put it up a little. That does apply. All right. All right. How's it now? Any luck? Any good? How's it over on the Rokfin side? Anybody over there? Hey, they got your little... I had to reset the Rokfin one for some reason. It wouldn't let me... I had to reset the whole stream key. I know that's all gibberish to you guys, but it's annoying. Anyways, we're going to have some fun today. Enough about my problems. I just need to get a confirmation that this is actually working. Okay, good. It's all good. Lagging, but we are still sending love. Audio's coming in good. Huh. All right. I wonder what I can do to lighten this load. That's well. I might end the Rokfin stream for now. If I can get everybody to go over to YouTube, I think that's what's doing it. I think it's just too much bandwidth or something. And I do want to do a Rokfin stream, but I might have to end this. Let's check the health over there. Yeah, sorry guys, Rokfin is eating up too much power here, and I'm just going there. Sorry, Rokfin. Stream status is stopped. Ending it. All right. Hopefully that solves the problem. You know my allegiance to YouTube is way better than Rokfin. All right, maybe that'll do it. I think that might do it. Looks better. How things are moving. Okay, that was it. I know the problem. I was streaming 1080 to YouTube and 720 to Rokfin. These are the things, folks. Don't ever get into a stream war. All right, play more Saw. Okay, so check us out. This is my musical Saw. And this isn't like a special Saw. I got this at Lowe's. and it was the biggest one they had. And I saw this video of someone playing it. I thought it sounded like a theremin, and it was beautiful. And so I bought it, and I was in the saw section, and the people at the store, they're like, "Hey, can I help you out? What do you need? What's your project?" And I was looking at the saws. It's like, "Oh yeah, what do you need it for?" And I'm like, I came there. I'm like looking at it for sound, and he's like, I don't know. I'll let you do your thing." So, a little backing track of "Summer Over the Rainbow." This song is pretty good for the saw because the melody doesn't have a lot of fast changing notes. It's like quarter notes mostly, which is good. Any song that has a lot of fast notes, not so much.
The Bohemian Club.
Hi guys, welcome to the Tooth Files. My name is Saba, your friendly YouTube dental hygienist.
Thank you. Way up high, there's a line that I heard once, ain't a lullaby. Little clarinet. hour and a half for you guys. What else do I got here? I set my drums up. I have everything in arm's length. Check this out. On and on that I heard once in a lullaby. Yeah. I don't want it to gain, so I'll use my hand. But it's just a little drum setup. It came out kind of, so I don't have to move. Just a snare and a kick. And what else do I got? My melodica. I know, I'm just showing off at this point. But it's been a while, so I had to. Oh. Ooh. All right, so that's what the musical saw sounds like, or what a saw sounds like. And I'm having some fun with that a little later, but I got a whole little thing I want to do first. But let's check the old chat, see how it sounds. Turn off my reverb. Yep. All right. Hey, thanks for being patient, everybody. Big deal for me. I'm having a lot of fun on my birthday so far. I hope to have fun at least. Let me get out of this scene really quick. So I'm kind of getting ready to do like Twitch stuff and like not even truth or shit because I can make money doing it. And when I start ranting about truth stuff, it really limits my audience. And it's not that like I don't want to be a truther. It's just that I did too much work building up to like just only limit my audience to people who get it. And it sucks. I don't really want an audience that doesn't get it because it feels fake to me. I don't really feel like I can connect. But that's just the way it is. So I've been setting up some more like Twitch friendly things and I get into it. I like to have a little fun with my backgrounds. I got a new camera set up, like a second one. You can see over here, there I am. I need to set it up better. And here I am in jail. A little later on, I was gonna play some games and listen to Weezer. This is when I want to hypnotize you guys into paying me to leave me a tip. Hit the subscribe button, all that stuff. Here's Space. Space is nice. Let's see. What else do I got here? And I'm bringing back a classic. One of my favorites. John Lennon's Imagine. Like this guy. Pretty fun. Yeah. So that's all of them. And I think I'm done. I think that's it. That seems like it should be the end of what I do here. All right, sounding and looking perfect. Thank you, Run Boston Bear. Man, you have no idea how long I've just waited for someone who actually, I think, is being honest with me say that. It's hard. And I have this weird thing where I just have to, like, kind of, I don't know, I have these ideas and I have to, like, run with it. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm happy to take requests today as we go. If I get a little too gravied, overload, and we need to lighten it up, that's what I'm here for. I want to lighten it up. We can talk about anything. We could do a song. We could do a song in a different style. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jimmy Fallon is dead. If you guys didn't know that, he's dead. And it's really sad. I think it's even on camera, like the second he died, like how he died, it was like filmed. Let's see here. Where is it? It's actually on. Found it on YouTube. Like it shows him dying. It's sad. Like, I mean, he just instantly dies. Let's see. Where are you? Guy.
Deal. Guys, I read about a new COVID variant that has some people worried. It's called XBB.1.5. I guess they couldn't think of a catchier name, and it actually inspired me to write a tiny song.
There was Alpha, then Delta, then Omicron.
Look at it, he's dying.
This latest variant might be the best.
Oh my God, it's sad.
XBB.1.5. Another brand of COVID-19 has arrived.
Oh.
It's a new strain, but it isn't the same. Sounds more like Elon Musk's name.
Oh, this poor guy.
XBB.1.5.
Will somebody help this poor man?
Red wine.
Oh.
Put on your mask when you're inside a facility. It could be a robot from a Star Wars trilogy. It's XBB.1.5, not OMG or MP3 or TCB.
Oh God, this is brutal. I could have
made by a really high guy.
Oh.
Sounds like the password of your parents' Wi-Fi. It's XBB.1.5.
Oh my God. Look at his face right there. Look at this guy's face. He is like, yep, I thought I sold myself to the devil before, but I didn't know I had to actually like grab his balls too. Oh my God. He's in hell. See, people idolize, people want to have this guy's life. Can you believe that? People actually feel like if they don't have something like in this realm of success, they're failures. What song is that anyway? I mean, is he doing like B-52s or something? Well, but it's not even like a B-50. It sounds kind of like Love Shack. I would, if I was going to do Love Shack, I would be like, blood clots, all these blood clots. I got me a booster. In fact, I got 20. That'd be funny. Not this shit. He's dead. It's sad, right? I mean, he's like not. It wasn't even like funny little things. It's like he could have made that actually kind of funny, but he chose horrible jokes. All right. Anyways. All right. So, truth journey from Santa to now. All right. Santa Claus. This fucker, bam, this asshole comes into our lives, and this was the first time I'm pretty sure everybody was like, wait a minute, people lie on a grand scale. And it was this is what's beautiful about, well, not beautiful, but this is what's so brilliant about trauma and mind control is, especially when you're young, like the more confused you are, when you're confused, you can't grow. You can't mature. When you're wondering, like, I thought it was this, but it's this, and then you stay stuck. And that's why this deception is so genius. If you're growing up with a parent who's like really, really nice to like in public, but then really, really awful in private, and you're like, this doesn't make sense. Like, which one is it? That can create that. So what? It's not like it's just an odd. It's an odd tradition. So that would be probably where anybody would start, where the rabbit hole starts. There are. I have this. I mean, who does this guy think he is? He's like, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. Like, so it's already starting off fear, and you don't know if it's real or if it is. And so you start thinking, well, it might be real, but it's not. So you're in cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance is the sweet spot. It's the sweet spot for mind control. As long as people are confused, in the meantime, you can get them to do anything. And that's really what's happened. Especially in the last 3 years. Like, the reason why this worked is because we're like, well, there's this information, but there's all that information. I don't know. You can't have an opinion. But Santa Claus, not just your parents, not just people on your block, the entire world was in on it. So when people say, hey, how could everybody be in on it? Well, the first one was that. I don't know. I mean, I have nothing to compare it to. I don't know a world without Santa Claus or a country that doesn't do Santa Claus. Here's a cool little, there we go. Here's, psychologists think your lies about Santa Claus will damage your kids. Maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson cool tricks this year. Excellent. Here's the one I read. In addition to collecting the treats and sweets children leave out for the Santa the night before Christmas, adults also get to cash in on the nostalgic sense of holiday magic that comes with perpetuating the Christmas lie, quote unquote. Yeah, so it's reliving trauma is what you're doing. You're reliving the nonsense, and it just keeps it, you're like, okay, let's go back to that. Keeps you in that state. Let parents briefly escape to a better place in time. No, it was a place when you were in cognitive dissonance and your brain figured out a way to cope with it. And when you're young, it's a lot easier and harder. It seems that by returning to a fantasy world, there is a comfort in being able to briefly re-enter childhood, which was a magical experience for many. A time when imagination was accepted and encouraged, but which becomes lost in the space and time of adulthood. The self-conscious recreation of myth seems to be as popular as it ever was. Might Might it be the case that the harshness of real life requires the creation of something better? Something to believe in? Something to hope for in the future? Or to return to a long lost childhood a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away? Well, I don't know about you guys, but every one of these rabbit holes that I started with this left some trauma to the point where trust issues become big time all over there, and your gut changes, and a lot of times you have to go against your gut as you go on this journey, and vice versa. The effect of a parent's lies on children. Emerging studios do suggest that parents' lies may have a detrimental effect on a child's behavior. A small MIT study on 6 and 7-year-olds. By the way, if my mom's watching this, I ain't mad at you for the Santa Claus thing. This is everyone has to do this, I guess. Well, I don't want the parents to get mad at me when Timmy finds out. Found that when an authority figure admits the truth, it may cause children to suspend their trust or be suspicious of anything else that authority figures say in the future. Now that could be a good thing in a world of bullshit. I mean, you might as well have it be Santa instead of something that's really, really traumatic. But it's not the lie that's traumatic. It's the fact that everybody in the world was doing it. That was what was so scary. It completely changed the rules of the reality that I thought I was born into. And it made it more complicated. At the time, I didn't really, internalize these thoughts to this extent, but I've thought about this a lot. So, yeah. Santa, thanks. Thanks, guys, for that. Everything's be good, be honest. No, everything's fine, except here's this. Here's a little bit of fear, a little bit of material incentive. Turn us into nice little consumers, obsessed with stuff. Because I loved opening up gifts. I loved it. I got spoiled. I demanded it. And then we find this out. So yeah, Santa Claus, rabbit hole, slipped. All right. Next one for me specifically. Oh, get out of this. For me specifically, this only really applies to me, but the next thing that didn't make sense in my world and was being pushed on me was school uniforms. I happen to be raised in the first city in the world to force this on kids in a public realm.
Remove that back.
Oops. And I did not like it. And and this was one thing where I'm like, this is so obviously not for what they say it is. They're saying it's because it's, they're trying to be good and help kids that don't have money, but because it's cheaper to buy uniform clothes, which they weren't. But I'm pretty sure buying any kind of clothes is more expensive than just wearing your hand-me-downs. And I know that's assuming that they're all not, only children, but what are they wearing on the weekends? You have to buy more clothes now. So this happened in 1994, and I fought, and I was able to be excluded from it until high school, and then my high school, Wilson High, became the first high school ever to force it. And it wasn't protected by the First Amendment. And this was the first time I couldn't beat a fight that really, really bothered me. There was a few parents that did though, but they weren't very successful. Around the time of the board's decision in 1990, LBUSD was losing students to rival districts and private schools, according to Karen Polacek, president of the school board. They said they wanted to create a safer environment for students because that makes it safer. But here's the thing. They got so much freaking money. They had Bill Clinton come to my city and was like, yeah. Clinton visits, gets a bunch of attention, and all of a sudden, all my teachers were driving Maseratis. I'm just kidding. But the superintendent next door I grew up was. And so, I'm looking around, I'm like, they say that they're trying to make it safe by forcing me to wear clothes. This feels like Santa all over again. And so I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. It's obvious bullshit. It's a violation of our First Amendment rights, but since we're minors, we don't have those. So go ahead. So that was number 2. And I'm actually going to go through some conspiracies that I did go through and realize that are bullshit and then have some fun with that, like the reptilian and Paul is dead. And I have some shit to talk about that, how that is a dead end. All right, let's check the chat. Ooh, Santa stole all the Coke too. Yeah, he did. What an awesome story. Cookies in the toilet. Blood clot, baby. Yeah, someone's got to make that. Someone's really got to. All right, so the next one was JFK. And that was just because I watched that movie. I was finally old enough. JFK. Why don't I take Santa out of here? Get out of here. JFK. I just watched that movie by Oliver Stone, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that. I mean, I just had no reason to doubt movies then, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's got to be it. And I mean, its explanation is garbage, but opening up my mind to it, it's like, yes, of course. And what that one does is make you kind of question, wait a minute, can government not be on our side? I mean, I knew schools, I didn't really consider government, but like, would our government murder our president? That seems like the opposite of what, of everything. So, so that was a rabbit hole that made me kind of question that. And to be honest, I think if I didn't do that before, I would have, I mean, when Loose Change came out for 9/11, like I was pretty much a 9/11 person before it was cool. Like Loose Change and Zeitgeist were like, yeah. And, we can go back and forth on everything, but still to this day, Building 7, what happened? I don't know. That's it. You don't need any more. Building 7. And that's scary. And all these things are pretty obvious. These are all things. And that was pretty much the 2005. So up to here, these are my Santa, school uniforms, JFK, and 9/11. At this point, I'm pretty much a normal dude still. Like, I'm a liberal. I think for the most part, like most people did, I cried when Obama got into office. I thought that was amazing. Oh my God. If we got a black guy in office, well, we're doing so good. All those racist and bigot, homophobic Republicans, they're awful because the TV told me. And and all the energy and stuff that I have now, like, went way in the wrong direction. And it's hard to admit, but I will admit it. I have to. Like, I literally, here's one thing I did. We had a Prop 8 in California, which was, it was the right, it was to like ban gay marriage or something. Yeah. And so yes, on Prop 8 was to ban it. And I remember going around, I printed out all these little flyers and it said, "We hate gays" on it. And I drove around to people's houses, and anybody that was like, yes on 8, which means anti-gay marriage, I guess. But what they really were saying is, dude, it's a God thing. I don't care what you do, and you just don't call it something else. But I was just so convinced that they were all bigger racist homophobes. So what my point is, so yeah, I put that sign up on people's signs that were in front of their house. I'm like, yeah, that'll show them what they really are. I'm really embarrassed by it, but I'm saying this because at this point, after 9/11, I still feel like my mind wasn't just completely gravy. That didn't happen until the last 10 years. Bohemian Grove, even though that was filmed, the hidden footage of Bohemian Grove, even though that wasn't filmed, that was filmed in 2001. I didn't see it until 2011, maybe 2012. And it moved me. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that powerful people would be doing these kinds of things, rituals like this. And so it was like Santa Claus all over again. It was like, wait a minute, the people we're voting for are doing satanic rituals and pretending to murder, or actually murdering something on there. They can't be that evil. No way. No way. Here, so I got a video of that. Let's see. Where are you? Here we go. There it is.
Explore glaring emissions in the test. Fire.
Secrets are hard to keep, so it amazes me that these guys have been able to do it.
Not this one.
Secret.
Where are you? Guy. And you know it is what it is when they have one of these little context bubbles up on YouTube. The Bohemian Club is not a problem. Do not worry about it. Thank you. YouTube says it's good.
As you say, the Bohemian Club? That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
Oh, yeah, Republicans are so stupid, man. Us liberals, we got to figure it out. And early 2000s, it was cool to be liberal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies.
This is always a classic. I might as well just
and
play this out.
Proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it.
Yeah,
and there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes. or to withhold from the press and the public.
So these guys are
facts
just,
they deserve
they're in
to
front of
know.
a giant effigy
But
up
we
in
are
like
opposed
the
around
Bohemian
the world
Grove. All, you
by a
know,
monolithic,
it's been done.
ruthless
But this
conspiracy
one changed me a lot
relies primarily on covert means.
because then I started getting
Dissenters are
like,
silenced.
you know,
Afraid.
I understood, you know, you don't trust the government. Yeah. DMV is going to rip you off, blah, blah, blah. They don't really care. But I didn't think it was to this
And the
extent where they're
response and
like,
dedication of our citizens, whenever
where
are
they have
fully
to do a
informed.
ceremony called the cremation of care because of their guilt every year is so strong from being evil, and they do this to alleviate themselves of guilt.
Five. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon
I mean,
decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the
All right.
printing press.
all right, that's enough of this. Okay, I do not like to hop on board the hand signal nonsense. I'm not saying it's not true. It's just it's a trap because it's just too common. I'm sure I can go back on my streams and find many times when I'm like, yeah, buddy, hello. I'm a blood. My mom texts me saying, what happened to my eye? What happened to my eye? I don't know. My eye messed up? I'm 40 now. Maybe it has wrinkles. Hi, mother. So, all right, where are we at here? So what I'm going to talk about next, what was next on that list? All right, we got the New World Order, but that's pretty blanket. What I'm going to say is, what I was going to say is the Federal Reserve. Now, this one took me to a whole nother level because now I'm realizing that our money is how they do it. Holy shit. Now that I know that, okay, they're all lying about, from day one, creating fear and making us materialistic. Telling us to wear uniforms, keeping us aligned. It felt the same as forcing everyone to wear masks for 2 years. For your safety, wear a uniform. For your safety, they said that, like, crime goes down when you're wearing a uniform. Yeah, we all know that when you wear a uniform, you conform. Can you imagine the military all wearing their own shit? Out there wearing a fucking Metallica shirt? They probably would go AWOL. All right. You dare defile me again? That's a Jewish thing. Ew. Read the Talmud. It's really long. And every time I do, I hate them more. And it takes a lot of energy. But what up, Thunder Chicken? Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Brianna, good to see you. Adrian, good to see you. It's so good to see all you guys. Waters above, thank you. Troubling Tribune. Awesome. Run Boston Bear. Timmer. Remember Officer Friendly? Yeah. Oh yeah, I had Officer Dale was my dared guy. He came into my class and told me how weed and heroin are just as dangerous together. Um, well, you know what? I need a little. We need a little lighting, a little light up in the mood, really quick. Just really quick.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside the trunk.
Check it out.
I want you ugly, I want you disease. What you gonna do with all that ass?
All right, yeah, that's back. Excellent mashup. Okay, so now we're being told we have to wear uniforms. They don't make sense, but we have to comply for our safety. So now we're thinking, oh, well, I guess safety is something that we can't really measure on our own. We need people to tell us what's safe. Masks, uniform, cool. JFK, okay. Oh, our government might actually be against the people, might be actually actively working against us, which is it's terrifying to think that there are people in power that are actively trying. But whatever, you know, I had my Capri Suns, my Sunny D, my purple stuff. And where's the tip jar? Where it says from Boston Bear. Oh. There we go. There's my links if you guys want a tip. You can super chat and leave a message on screen or just tip. What I did was I did tinyurl.com/ it's a lot easier. So super chat crumb if you want to like pay and leave a message on the screen. tinyurl.com do tip crumb, not don't tip, do tip crumb, and then I'll tell you the place you can tip me anonymously or off stream. And if you want to buy my album, I think you can name your price, or it's like $10. That'll take you there. Also, all these links should be in the description. Thank you, Run Boston Bear. I need to. Oh yeah, and by the way, smash that like button, everybody, and hit the bell for more subscribe. You know what to do. What's up, YouTube? All right. So okay, after Bohemian Grove came the one that I think kind of put me in like holy shit, I'm not even gonna pretend like I know anything anymore. And that was learning about the Federal Reserve. Cash App? I do have a Cash App. Yeah, it's at Don't Follow Crumb. Is that not in there? You can Cash App me at Don't Follow Crumb or Venmo me at Don't Follow Crumb. But I'm pretty sure if you go to that that link, oh, you're probably on your phone. If you're on your phone, yeah, you'd have to do that. I should probably put that up. But yeah, I think you can do PayPal and Venmo through that link. So that's really sweet. Thanks, guys. That quick intermission was phenomenal. Wasn't that awesome, LeSwing? Oh yeah, you would love that. Yeah, I'll play one more. I'm pretty much obsessed with this new channel on TikTok. If you guys missed it, I played it earlier. I played some of these earlier. Here, hold on. But that's not even the best one. The best one is this one makes me dying laughing because it's so ruined and bad. This is like a mashup that would never ever happen.
I wanna hold them like they do me.
Oh no, where is it? Hold on, I gotta get this one. So he made a mashup of Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" with Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth. Hey, now you're an all-star. I gotta hear my Telegram. I couldn't believe it. Here we go. It's called "There I Ruined It." Let's see if I can get this up. Let me pull this up real quick. It's totally worth it. I think it's like this girl that plays banjo and she makes all of these. But I mean, this is the first time where I'm like, oh, TikTok gets it. All right, let's see if I do this and
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now.
Isn't that's like so genius? That's the kind of thing that will never get the recognition that it deserves. Because when you not the sharpest tool in the shed. I gotta hear it again.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's what true genius sounds like, people. It's a rare time when you get to experience. It's like the Mona Lisa, Sistine Chapel, and this.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
All right, I'm done. All right. Shit. That's so good. Like I'm like I don't get jealous often. I really don't. Like usually jealousy, I transmute it into motivation. And this one's motivating me so much just to only do that kind of shit. But I am like dripping in jealousy, but that I didn't think of that. It's genius. All right, so Fed Reserve. Now that we got the vibes a little higher. Then when I looked in the Fed Reserve and I started putting the pieces together, that our money is how we're fucked. And I think what's happening right now is exactly what happened 100 years ago. We had the Federal Reserve take over in 1913 our money, private banks that can loan and interest. We had World War I. We had the Spanish flu caused by the solution back then, and that's provable. So everybody took their medicine because they were afraid of the Spanish flu, and a lot of people died, and they had to wear masks for back then. And then the 20s happened, and because money back then, before 1913, a dollar was a dollar was a dollar. There was no inflation. You look at a dollar, it's just a dollar. And then when they started printing it, all of a sudden, there was all this extra money. Oh, what's up? Happy birthday. You've been on an amazing journey so far. Keep crushing. Dude, thanks, Run Boston Bear. Appreciate it. Good looking out. I didn't hear it, but I see it now. So awesome. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So what happened was, like, the really rich people, the ones that go to Bohemian Grove, they all started investing into the stocks. The stocks are basically just an extension of people's businesses. So not only were, like, the big businesses, like, you know, stocks, money was putting into that, but also, like, middle class businesses were finding a lot of success on the stock market. It was, like, too good to be true. Everybody just started getting wealthy in the 20s because nobody realized that they were printing money because they thought it was backed up by a finite resource like of gold. No one questioned shit then. They were just like, oh my God, cool. All this money, these stocks are great. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. And that's kind of what's going on with the crypto thing now. I'm not talking shit on crypto as a concept. I'm just saying what these people have done with crypto is going to do that. It's creating this giant, what is happening with money? You can just make some bullshit and have more money. And so the 20s, everyone's getting rich, blah, 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 by design, and putting all their money into stocks and things that they think are safe because that's, you know, if you want to be responsible. I'm not saying crypto is bad. I think right now, if you're ever, crypto is finally back in a bear or a bull market, so it's a good time to get into it. But don't get into shit coins and know what you're doing. And that's it. But most people won't, and they're gonna make a mockery of it. And then what happened in 1929, the very end, in Agenda 1930, is what I will call it. They crashed it. The top 1% sold all their shit enough. Well, not all of it, but enough to make panic. And then the rest of the world just started selling and created a depression. So far, like half of those things that happened in 1900s at the exact same time in that century, it happened in this century. And so that's what I think is going to happen is like there's going to be another depression just like that. Like it's inevitable. And it's not a bad thing. It has to, especially if people are staking their crypto and then staking their stakes, and then you're just finding all these really weird back alley ways to create money out of nowhere. Because before the Federal Reserve, Laurie, the weird world missed you, buddy. Thank you, man. I missed the weird world and you. Thank you for the tip. Ooh, look at that number. That's probably Illuminati. It's code. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And when I'm just going to play a little bit of this video here. Where is it? This part. No. Yeah, right around here. Yes. All right. This is called The American Dream Part 1. And this was great because it actually, before I really knew shit about how money worked, it kind of explained it for me a little bit, way better than I would if I was reading Wall Street or something.
And the bank got it from the Federal Reserve dump trap.
Wait.
You know, wait a second, Hartman. I just thought of something. If I got this money from the bank, and the bank got it from the Federal Reserve dump trucks,
Go on.
then where does the Federal Reserve get their money?
Real nice time, ladies. Real nice. Now, excuse me while I borrow these.
Say, Hartman, why am I wearing a burglar bikini top?
Because no one is allowed inside the Fed. Not you, not me, no American citizen, no duly elected member of our Congress, not the Supreme Court.
Not the Supreme Supreme Court? Not the Supreme Court, not the Justice Department, not the CIA, DIA, FBI, ATF, ETE, NBC, not even G.O.D. How come the government isn't allowed inside its own building? Government? Pile, the Fed is a private bank owned by private stockholders. Do not let the name Federal fool you. This place is about as Federal Express. A private bank? But private? Shh. Best to keep your voice down, pal.
This is Ethan, Federal Reserve.
Hey, Eth, Bill here, First National.
Hi there, Bill. How are you?
Good, good. We're running a little low on money.
No problem. How much you need?
Oh, how does 20 million sound? What?
Excellent. We'll ship it over first thing tomorrow.
Wait, he can just call up the Fed and ask for more money and they give him whatever they want? No, pal. The Fed don't give the banks money. The Fed loans the banks money. The banks have to pay it back with interest. Now, come on, time to go. Wait. I still don't understand. Where does the Fed get their money? I mean, if they're a private bank. You said they're a private bank, right? Okay, so who puts money into the Fed bank?
This is Mel, United States Mint.
Hi, ML. First National needs another 20 millis.
We're already running the presses full steam here, Ethan.
Gotta keep making loans. Gotta keep the money flowing.
All right, you're the Fed. Whatever you guys say. 20 million more by morning.
But I don't get it. What's so wrong about the Fed printing money? Because it's unconstitutional, pal. Our Treasury is supposed to create our money, but now the Fed controls the printing of America's money. Nobody gets a friggin' dollar that the Fed didn't print. So, they print the money, then they loan it to the government, then they charge the government interest, then the government taxes you to pay for it. Wake up, pal! God, I don't see what the big deal is. You know, you're right, pal. Wait a minute. Wait, I am? Yeah. I forget how effective they are at keeping you ignorant. Well, that's okay. Hey, I'm not ignorant. Do you even know what money is, pal?
It's important to know what money is.
In the long ago, people bartered. They traded things they had for things they wanted. I'll trade you my raspberries.
And the reason why it worked is because gold, for the most part, was
sweet berries.
You couldn't create
They're not
it.
sweet. They're old, and I don't like berries. Give me that pot pie. No. As you can see, this bartering situation created some problems. Then one day, a goldsmith walked up and said, "Now everybody thinks gold is valuable, so why doesn't everybody trade gold for things they need?" The price was set for gold, and now it was very easy to conduct commerce because people could trade gold for all the things they needed. Hartman! Wow, look at all my gold! Hey, stop them! That's my gold! Damn thieves! Say there, Pile. I've got a vault and some guards. I can keep your gold safe for you for a small fee. Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome. You see, Pile, this is how the first bank made money. There you go, Pile. I owe you 100 gold coins. Okay, great. Come back anytime and redeem your gold when you want it. It'll be right here in my vault. Now you're holding the very first paper money, Pile. Wow, this is great. It all makes sense. Oh, that's right. It was good. And everybody started using IOUs because everybody knew the IOU was as good as gold. Wow, this candy is really a good price. 1 IOU. I'm getting some more for later. Hey, wait a minute. It was just 1 IOU. 10 IOUs for chocolate? You can't just raise prices like that. Oh, the Candyman can. Oh, the Candyman can. Wait, that is just frickin' wrong. It's called inflation, Pile. It makes your IOUs worth less and less until they are worth nothing. Less bang for the buck. Dollar ain't what it used to be. But I worked hard and I baked all those pot pies. Now I have to work harder to make less? That's not fair. Oh, if you think that's not fair, you're gonna love the next part. What's he doing? How do banks make money, Pile? By making more loans? Oh, that's right. He's good. See, he prints more IOUs without any more gold, loans them out for interest, makes a pretty penny, and nobody is the wiser. Unless everybody wanted their gold back at the same time. No. That's my gold. Not anymore. What are you talking about? I'd like to redeem my IOUs, please. Thank you very much. Hey! I want my gold back now! Thief! Gotta love the bank run, bringing people together. See, they all found out he was stealing, made a run on the bank, and demanded their gold, but as you can see, there ain't no gold to get. Hardman! Don't worry, pal. Back in these times, vengeance will be yours. 3 things in this world you don't do. Never mess with another man's woman. Never mess with another man's ego. And most importantly, you never mess with another man's money.
That's absolutely correct.
A man will mess with you. My God! You hung him? Yes, pal. Oh, we hung him. We hung him high. And do you know why?
Well, because he was a thief?
Because, pal, an evil invention was born. Man discovered how to turn worthless paper into gold. Thus was invented the ultimate machine to steal real money and enslave all the nations on Earth.
It's alive!
Oh, now come on. You're just being dramatic. I mean, I lost my house, but what is that?
All
That's
right.
great.
So, okay, now it's going to talk about it doesn't really ever say the name, but you know, like the families. But I don't like to get into. I don't even like to say the words Rothschild. Like I don't know. I have no idea. But it is what it is, and it's obviously that's what happened. And it's not like America was the first where this happened. I mean, in fact, America got away from this bullshit. This has been happening since before the Bible. It's they talk about using debt and shit in the Bible, which blew my mind. I thought 2,000 years ago it was like sticks, stones, and wheels. I didn't realize there were banks. But there was. So at this point, okay, everybody's capable of being in on a secret and a lie and have no problem doing that to your kids. They can justify safety and taking away your individuality. Don't question. Our government looks pretty suspiciously involved in getting rid of an elected president. Now, then 9/11, our government looks suspiciously like it's involved in the destruction of its own people. Then Bohemian Grove looks like, oh, these people are doing this because they worship some evil entity, Moloch. And then I learned, and this not like this, and this is just my journey of when this information was made available to me. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, these people who worship Moloch have all the control. It's been 100 years in the making. Like, that's what the whole New Deal was for. They inflated it. They made it seem like it was the best idea in the 20s. Then they pulled the rug, and then they made us desperate. And then our great grandparents sold their kids with birth certificates, and now your birth certificate is a number on the stock exchange. Don't believe me? Look it up. So literally cattle stock, and a life of debt. They like a national debt. It's like, oh, we gotta go. You gotta get up and do this because we got this debt. The greatest generation needed to. Well, they were all right, but the debt has got out of control. And for some reason, everybody just thinks when they hear debt that they have to pay it. If I get a bill for something that's like on a credit card bill, like, oh, if you want to have good credit, I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay that. It doesn't. I don't feel like I need to do it. I don't know. I just don't do it. I don't care if I get a tax refund. I'm not doing my taxes. Oh, you could be getting money back because I don't make money. Yeah, fine. I just don't want to even do it. So that's where I was at this point. So I'm like, if they can do all this and they can pretty much fuck me over in any way, and then my mind got really, really open to, I got to reverse the brainwashing. I got to reverse all this brainwashing because something did not feel right then. And this was at a time when it seemed like that was a world shift and everybody was kind of, not everybody, but definitely everybody watching this. Something happened and we started having eyes that can see things. And so it was around 2012 when I looked into that. And then, 2012, something happened in Connecticut. And since I'm not on YouTube, I'm not on Rokfin, I'm only on YouTube. The school shooting in Connecticut totally happened. And if you want to get more information on how it happened, go to stoplookthink.com and there's a lot of information. It's real. But it made me think at a time that the media, wait, is the media making up shit? No, that can't be. That would be too in plain sight. That can never happen. Yet, as soon as you, with eyes that see, you start noticing all these things, and people started noticing things that were just weird. Things that were there the whole time. Like the moon landing, seriously? If you watch that live, don't you see that they're transparent? That doesn't happen. You can't, a camera can't pick up matter behind something. They're like, oh my God, he's calling the president with a 6-second delay. So from 240,000 miles away. And they're transmitting it. No one asked questions. So it's not like something happened in 2012. It's a consciousness shift that I think happened. And by design, which is great. So yeah, stoplookthink.com to read all about that totally real one. And then fluoride, I started thinking about my health. I'm like, because I was very lethargic. And I'm sure it had a lot to do with my lifestyle, but not really. It was, I would be winded. I don't know. Something was off. I didn't know. I just didn't know any better. So when I looked into basically I was doing the spiritual thing. So I was like, I got to get my pineal gland, decleansed. I heard about that and I'm like, that sounds cool. How do I do that? Oh, okay. Get rid of fluoride. Well, why fluoride? I thought fluoride's good for our teeth. Good for our teeth. That's the reason. That's the selling point, is that it's good for your teeth. Now, I'm sure tanning lotion is good for your skin. You don't drink it, do you? So it's just the dumbest. It's so dumb that's the reason. Well, it's for our teeth. A forced drug in the water, a random amount, just whatever, in the water was going to make your teeth better. But you know what happens? Like the one thing that happens if you drink too much water.
Today, we are going to talk about fluoride, the good and the bad. Let's start with the good. There is a strong scientific evidence showing that fluoride can help prevent dental decay. You have heard about fluoride toxicity and dental fluorosis. And you may be concerned about how this affects you and your family.
And I'm not brushing over that because I'm denying it. It's just that we have toothpaste. If we feel like adding something that to be applied to our teeth, there's no evidence that drinking it is good for your teeth. None whatsoever. At all. It's so stupid. Put it on your teeth. Put in your toothpaste all you want. No, we're just going to put it in the city water. How much? I don't know. Where do you get it from? The fluoride factory? Ooh, the fluoride factory, where all these little fluorides go around and make the beautiful... No, it's literally a toxic byproduct of making fertilizer, and they would have to like pay money to get rid of if they didn't find a way to sell it to us. So, dental fluorosis, I knew someone growing up whose teeth were like all messed up. The one thing fluoride is supposed to do also fucks up your teeth.
So let's talk about it. The most common issue with fluoride is dental fluorosis in young children. These are white and sometimes brown spots on your teeth, and in severe cases you might see some pitting on your enamel. But here's a key point about this. Fluorosis happens when there's too much ingestion of fluoride and only during the time that the teeth are still developing, which would be...
They put so much fluoride in water for kids. You can buy fluoride, like fluoride water, water with more fluoride than tap water, and that's marketed for kids. What the fuck? Why? What the hell?
Until about age 7 or 8. So this really is a concern with young children living in areas with fluoridated water. Yes, that fluoride is protecting their teeth against cavities, but what happens is that young children cannot...
How much? You know? I'm sure aspirin would help, help my blood pressure, a little bit of it. Let's not just put some random amount in the water. What if I'm what if I'm training for a marathon and I'm running a lot more and I'm drinking like 10 gallons a day? Oh, now I have to also have aspirin? It doesn't make sense. It's so stupid. And when I realized that that retarded idea, I mean, I don't know why they do it. Besides, I think the non-conspiracy side of me is like, well, these big corporations had all this extra toxic runoff and they found a way to sell it back to our dumbasses. And that's really probably the best case scenario. The worst case being it makes us docile, stupid idiots and disconnects us from our true intuition. And so as somebody who's been distilling water for like 10 years, 5 years, I've been distilling it, drinking, I did the alkaline water for a few years, but I just got sick of going to the store, and it's night and day. And I honestly think, like, my dad had cancer, and I immediately got a distiller, and because I think like if you're gonna do anything, drink distilled water. It's the same exact thing as rainwater. It's the exact same thing. Because our world is a giant distiller. It's good. You don't need random other shit in your water. If you need random other shit in your body, do it separately. Waters should just be water. Why don't they put ginseng in the water? Why don't they put, I don't know, other good things for us then? No, they don't do that. Just the one that, fucks up our teeth. And is also the NFTA. Hold on. Let's see. NFTA. Let's see. You guys got to see the rating on this. The rating on fluoride is more dangerous than arsenic. I think it's NFTA rating or something like that. NFPA. NFPA rating for fluoride. All right. Fluoride is, and the one that's in their water is called hydrofluoric. Here we go. Here we go. All right. 4. This one over here, 4. If you guys can see that. That's the most it can get. Arsenic is 3, and this is the level of poison over here on the left. There's fire hazard, health hazard is the blue one. That's the worst it can get. and they put that in the water because they want you to have shiny teeth, and they care about you, and they love it, and they love you. And it just so happens to be something that what is it? Fertilizer and aluminum companies. It just worked out perfectly that they just give it back to us. So, okay, so I'm like, oh, I went a little obsessed, and I started like, eating organic. I probably went a little too far. I did a lot of master cleanses, coffee enemas, whatever. I tried everything, so I have no idea what actually worked or if it even did. I know it did. I know something's different. I feel different. I feel like less, I don't know, brain dead or something. I can't explain what that is. So that was there. So that was, I'm getting towards the end of my journey here. And I'm going to sum all this up with a big statement of like, I don't know. I don't think there's much more rabbit hole. Even if there is, what's the point? Moon landing I talked about. NASA I talked about. Well, I haven't really, but here.
Astronauts to the moon.
Couldn't they just use, Dave, you could do, couldn't they just use some sort of hypnotism, put them up somewhere, they come back and they think they went?
Absolutely. I think Don Pettit has been hypnotized and he thinks he went to space.
By hypnotized, you mean kicked in the head by a donkey, right?
Whatever. I mean, you can, anybody that's that stupid, hypnotize them to believe almost anything.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Destroyed that technology.
Like Don Pettit thinks that space is real.
Yeah, he's like the zodiacal lie.
Zodiacal lie?
Whoa.
They just put them in the gravitron and just have them look out the window.
Then you have a leak.
Looks like.
And then we fix the leak.
It might be probably a procedure. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's why they're obsessed with like gay guys and minorities and stuff now, is because they're all so excited at breaking some new dumb barrier that they don't even look into the fact that it's all fake. They're like, yeah, I'm the first pansexual Puerto Rican to be in NASA. And everyone's like, you're so into that you can't see that it's all fake, because they're just obsessed with breaking some new barrier. They're like, never before has there been a guy with a peanut allergy, left-handed, who's also, from Sri Lanka, but is ethnically Chinese.
They were sitting around and they were like, how can we convince people they live on a ball? And then somebody's like, just pretend that somebody went to the one in the sky. Like, yes, that's how we'll do it. And everybody will believe it.
I love how everybody got over the moon so quick as soon as they said Mars. Like, oh yeah, we're done with the moon. We're done. We've done everything we can. Let's go to Mars now.
Where's
what?
that,
We haven't done shit.
It's boring, man. It's so dead. It's dead up there, man. It's dead.
Although the one fun thing is, Obama told everybody that he was on his grandfather's shoulders when they saw the guys jump into the water, but Obama was like 15, so it's a little weird because.
Well, I was on my grandpa's shoulders. My grandpa
at 15.
I mean my male wife. I was up there.
Hey, we don't talk bad about Michael on the show. We do it on Rokfin.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Hell yeah, that's Flatman X. Oops. All right. Ooh, let me fix. Yes. Okay. So that's an awesome clip. With Owen Benjamin and Dave Weiss and Jaron and me. That was a fun day. I was really stoked on that. But that kind of broke down exactly everything. You guys know this one. So, but I don't think I would have been able to swallow the flat earth stuff without all that shit before. And that's what I've realized. People haven't gone through all that shit before. That's what's going on. I am jealous. Oh, man. Oh, man. I am jealous. Oh, man. All right, how we doing? Is there anything that I've missed in the chat? I need to take a look. Do you add lemon or sea salt to your distiller? No. I haven't. Not really. Cannabis oil helps with your gums? Oh, that's good to know. So I kind of think that like CBD is kind of a scam though, isn't it, guys? I mean, like, isn't it just kind of like a desperate attempt? Like I've taken CBD stuff and everyone's like, oh, I feel so much better. I don't feel shit. It's all in my head. It's kind of like, well, I love weed, so let's make rope out of it. And I don't know. You're probably right, but I haven't into it. Look into the mining of Florida and what it does to the miners. Oh, okay. They must have amazing teeth. Deep truths coming loose on the two via Laura Crum, the Stallone of tone. Thank you. I'm trying to keep it, trying to stay here. My dentist told me it's not the toothpaste that cleans. It's the brushing motion. He said that you can clean your teeth just as well with water. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I had like bubblegum flavored toothpaste like for the first 10 years of my life, I'm pretty sure. All right. So when I got to, I got one more clip. This was on my channel before it got taken down because every time somebody said, I see the curve from a plane, you idiot. We all see the curve. And I'd be like, you only have like a window of opportunity to really seize that moment and be like, dude, no, you don't. And you can't really just show them a picture. You can Google like pictures from people from the airplane, and every single one of them is flat. That never would work though. But what did kind of work was showing Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it and agree that you don't. So check us out.
Station is Hubble, etc.
Okay. So if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. Right. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
Now, tell me again how you saw the curve for yourself.
Yeah. Tell me again. So that's my favorite because that's always their best proof. And then, you don't have to shove a bunch of proof in anybody's face, but it just sucks because it's not something that just feels okay not talking about. It's one thing to like all these other ones, cool, whatever. Like you wait for people to get in the mood. The flat earth one is just like I don't know. Like that kind of changed everything for me. The amount of cognitive dissonance over the years has made me like question my reality so much, and maybe that's part by design, but I've become so just like I don't know what's real anymore. Like I know you're supposed to get older and get humble and realize you don't know everything, but in this generation, it's a different kind of humbleness. It's not like you get older and you realize that maybe maybe the person across the street that you thought was mean was actually just being overprotective, or I don't know, bullshit. That's the shit that I used to think. You get older, you get wise, and you learn, and that's true. I got all that, but like knowing that they're teaching this shit, it awakens everything, and I don't know. So that was a huge one. And there's no way I would have looked into it without all that shit from Santa Claus to there. Because at this point, it was so much cognitive dissonance. Every one of these, I had to like entertain the idea of the official narrative. Everybody does, right? Like I entertain the idea of really being a Santa Claus. I entertain the idea that school uniforms were for our health or for our safety. I entertain the idea that JFK was shot by an amazing sharpshooter. From a book depository around an angle, and then went to the movies. I entertained the idea that 9/11 was 3 dudes in a cage. I entertained the idea that our government isn't worshiping Moloch, and there's no evidence of it until I saw it. I entertained the idea that our money was made by us and our treasury, like the Constitution says, and it's unconstitutional not. I entertain the idea that fluoride was good. I entertain the idea that that all school shootings were completely legit, and the media would never lie to us. So for somebody, I entertain the idea of the moon landing being real and the Earth being a globe. All of these were hard to turn around, and it's almost like an overload for, I don't know when else in history are you going to have this much. It's like narcissistic abuse of just keeping you kind of like, I don't know what's going on, is this normal, like and it gets to this point where like unless you have a community like you guys, you go insane. Like I'm so glad that other people like that there is a community of people that get it, because it's really important. It keeps us sane. So Flat Earth for me was like 2016 through 2019, and I didn't talk to anybody about it for a while. 2018 was my first meetup. I met Jaron and his wife. I drove up to Palmdale, talked to people in person, and listened to Globusters every Sunday, and I just learned all the stuff. And I don't remember all of it, but every question I had to know. And then when that wave settled was about the end of 2019, and I went to the conference in Dallas and met a bunch of people, saw Owen. I felt finally like calm, and I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm going back to being a normal, healthy-minded person that just focuses on normal shit. Because I've been in this like unhinged, untrustworthy, I had trust issues with everything, and confused and bitter for majority of that was like 2012 through 2019. And I remember in 2019, the end of 2019, I'm like, no more. I've hit the bottom. Check, please. And then, the news. What? Oh, coronavirus. It's nothing. It's just another one of those things. Oh, people are falling in China. Whatever. No big deal. And then when they locked us down, it felt like Oh, I was out. Just when I thought I was out, they put me back in. This is gonna be tough. Hooah! And I just felt like, I think I spiraled so much because I felt like I finally was getting a little piece of sanity back. And I didn't think anything else could really go farther than the biggest deception, which is flat Earth. And it really is. It's just that, like, watching the whole world comply, and it's because they didn't do all their homework that I just went through before. They didn't do all that. You guys did. They didn't. And what we watched was people who never exercised that kind of cognitive dissonance. They've never questioned things. There are people there are people now that are wearing masks in their house because they're told that their stove that they've had for years is bad now. These it doesn't matter. It's too far gone. But my point is that since the lockdowns, I've finally kind of relaxed a little, and there's really no need to spread any information on the. Oh, where's my thing? I should have it. Hold on one second. I have a little code word here I'd like to use. Can I delete it? Dang it, I did. Well, the whoop, there it is what I like to call it, because it was a huge craze and then it went away. Whoop, there it is. Oh, I got a better way to do it. I did discover on my last stream where I did an hour and a half long improv song about how the Holocaust may or may not have happened. And it didn't get taken down, which was astonishing. And I realized why. And it's because AI has no idea what I'm saying when I
talking like this. You don't know what I'm saying, YouTube. The Holocaust didn't happen. 9/11 was an inside job. Sandy Hook was fake. Sandy Hook was fake. Yeah. Yep, it was. Yep, it was.
All right. Oh, now this thing is messing with me. All right, let's do that. So what was it? I was going to use it for a reason. What was I going to say here? The vax. Oops.
The vaccine.
Thank you. All right, there you go. How about that, YouTube? Try it. All right. So now that that's all over with, and you can't really just say, "Hey, look at this! Look at the myocarditis! Look, isn't it weird that like 20-year-olds are dropping?" Yeah, that's no. It's at the point where it's not really good form anymore. I thought there was like for the majority people that didn't see the scam, when people were posting about these kinds of things, they came off as these like egomaniacs that are just trying to like narcissistically just like virtue signal, like hey, I know more. That's how it appeared to them. And you know what, for a lot of things it is, but when you're trying to like actually stop people from like taking something that's gonna like make them have a huge regret, like if the right thing to do is to not say anything, like fuck you, like like I could sleep at night now. If I didn't do shit for those 2 years, I'd feel guilty. I see people on Reddit. You should read these things. I have so much remorse. They think they're a ticking time bomb. I would too. It's so sad. And I'm hoping that somehow I helped a few who were on the fence see the light and don't have to have that. And that means the world to me. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. But it's not really after all this, you know, you got JFK, 9/11, Bohemian Grove, Federal Reserve, Fluoride, Sandy Hook. Oh my God, the moon landing, NASA, flat Earth, COVID, Kanye West. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a gossip person. I'm not gonna just shift. I'm not gonna just start finding shit in the news and just do streams on it. That's not even why I got in this. But I'm not talking shit on truthers or truth channels, but it sucks because a lot of these truthers who have built up a, like this is their thing, but the gravy's kind of running out. Not really, but it's repetitive. But like, I don't want to talk about FTX. I don't give a fuck. That's like some 1995 level to gravy story. Like I can't go back to that. And so the last month, that's just why I've kind of been absent. Hope I didn't miss any chats. Or super chats. I have it set so I could hear it. So if I missed one, sorry. Please let me know in the chat. And I saw Thunder Chicken. You said you wanted a video. I assumed it was the Federal Reserve one, so I put that there. So yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm at a point now where I'm like, I like to talk about truth and stuff, but the only one that feels good in my heart is Flat Earth because it's a positive one. And, I just don't, I'm not going to talk about Balenciaga. I don't give a fuck. We all know that shit. It's not getting anywhere. That one feels more self-serving. I'm not going to talk about, I don't even know what's in the news anymore. It's been great. It's been great. I watched Jeff Berwick, the Dollar Vigilante. His stuff has been so boring, but that makes me happy. I do think though that like it feels a little too good to be true. Like that ticking time bomb, the is probably gonna do some stuff over the next few years. I saw a video of Klaus Schwab and one of the other guys from World Economic Forum saying, hey, yeah, in 2020 we got together, we decided we were going to figure out a way to drop the population by 50%, and looks like everything's on track for, he said by 2023. He said, it looks like everything's on track. He said that in 2022. Like in plain sight. This is, I don't know where the video is for this. I don't know how to search it. It was in like the Crow House or something. But I don't know. This feels like a few months. It feels like the end of 2019 to me, actually, when I was like, I feel good. I've gone through it. I've graduated. I fell down the rabbit hole. I'm good. Yep. Nothing's gonna get in my way now. Yeah, right. And it just felt a little too good to be true. And we all know this whole thing, all of these are just waves of narcissistic abuse, and it comes and goes in waves. It doesn't go away. But right now, I don't know what else to talk about. Like, I didn't want to like fake stories or like act like I give a shit. Davos? Was it Davos that said that? Maybe. What up, Base Brooks? Welcome. But this whole journey has actually woken me up to like how to talk to people and to get my ego in check and really, really understand my intentions and recognize when I am just ranting for my own fulfillment. Why don't you see it? But so there are ways to do it. There are ways to get around the censors. There are ways to do it in a way where you're genuinely helping, and you're not doing it for credit, and you're not doing it to relieve some stress or get some shit out. It's tough. But if you stay with topics like our true Earth, they can't do anything. There's a reason why they can't really ban that topic, is because it would be retarded and it'd be more obvious. All the other ones, they can get liberals, they can convince liberals that you're a awful racist bigot homophobe if you look into. And next thing you know, like the conversation's over. But flat Earth, like they're just gonna try to mock it, and that's all they can do. And every one of those things I said before, every conspiracy, that stuff comes with it. It's like the package deal, and you don't really need. They say you have to go on this long journey and become an unhinged fucking nut bar that sounds like Beetlejuice and turns 40, but like I don't think so to see it. I think you can skip all that shit if it's a positive spin. So I don't know. I don't know enough about. I don't have all my facts and stuff, but I definitely want to spend whatever left of my truth or muscle on just kind of on that, because if you don't see the lies by now for the you never will, or you just don't want to, you know? There's just no point in yelling about it. So, let's see. Yeah. So why don't we do a song? Let's do a song. What? Why won't you let me listen while I play this? Alright, let's just record it then. Fine. I'm just recording. Let's see if I can get away with this on YouTube. All right. Don't do it. And that's the end. Don't of what I'm going to say about that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oops. And that's the end. All right. So, oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about really quick, the conspiracies that are bullshit. And this is going to piss a few people off. And then I'm going to roll through the chat and I'm going to talk about everything everyone said. There's 3. And the last one I'm going to have a little fun with. All right. So, reptilians, get out of here with that shit. I looked into it as much as I could. I started staring at those like glitch videos. Oh my God, it looks like they're... look, that is such... There's so little information on that compared to that claim. It is not a good, it is not a good one, guys. Like, there is not any information. All they have is a guy named David Icke who says a lot of truthful shit and then says, buy my book if you want the evidence of the reptilian. Like, just, you have 6 hours on stage. Tell me some actual evidence. Well, you got to read the book. Scam. Moving on. Paul McCartney dead? Are you kidding me? You want to tell me that in 1960 something he died in a car crash? I read the news today, oh boy. And then he dies, and then the government finds a way to find not only a lookalike, not only a left-handed lookalike who writes and plays all those instruments and writes songs in the exact same style. And I know it's the same style because I'm a songwriter. You know, I can pick up on their little nuances, their little things. If our government is that good at just cloning somebody out of the blue and can make them left-handed and write songs in that style and look exactly like them and same voice in 1960s, then that's amazing. That's incredible. There's the amount of evidence to back that up. That's such a huge claim. The only evidence is like, well, you know, listen, you read this backward. It's so stupid. And I always thought that was one from my childhood that was just a joke. But I see it in the truth community. I'm like, come on, that is retarded. Retarded. Sorry, I don't mean, that's just my opinion. I don't mean to say anything. Now, I want to do the 432 one is the only one where I'm like on the fence. And I was hoping I could get some audience participation on it. Did I lose? I bet you I lost a lot of viewers. No way, Paul is dead. There's like 60 of them in a cell somewhere. Like, you gotta believe it. Like, why? Why? I don't care what the DNA is of the dude. Anyways, like, what? How is that even a thing? But that's an unnecessary rabbit hole. That's not going to get us anywhere. All right. So I have 2 pianos tuned here. Right? 440, 432. 440. Wait. All right. 440. 442. All right. Tell me, guys, what sounds better? Be honest. Fall is Fed. That's genius. That's a good Beatles cover band name, Lasween. I like that. All right. What sounds better? All right. Let me move my phone. This. I could do a better song than this, actually. Let's do something that has more notes, like more chords. That way it'll blend better. How about... I don't know, like... Or... All right, so there's that. Which one do you guys like better? Let's do... I'm just curious. First one or the second one? Paul is not dead. And 432 is gay. Dude, Chief Crow, you get it. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. 432 is gay, and I'll tell you why. It's an illusion. And I can go hours on this, but the reason why people think they like it is because it's slightly less tuned, and that's just a trick our brains do. And it's one thing to say one note is good, it does something to us, but with modern music, to try to incorporate that into Western like theory, and just say like, oh, because this note. Hold on. The USB is screwing up. All right, so we got this note right here. And all right, this one's supposed to be the money one. And then we're an equal temperament, which no one understands. But that means that everything is pulled with it. So the actual combination of notes to what is like audibly pleasing to the human ear it just so happens unfortunately I don't want to get too technical, so I'm gonna try to keep it simple. And 440, 432, 440. Now I just wanted you guys to hear something here. I completely understand. Does the second one sound better? Is it the second one? Because it's a little lower. It's also a little louder too. I don't know why I should have done that. Oops. I know what I did here. Okay. Or way down here. Good. And then we got whoops. Now, I totally From Boston Bear says 432 sounds better. Christy's Doll says she prefers 440. Sounds almost deeper. Interesting. So I was hoping I don't see a lot of people doing it. I was hoping I would get a lot more. It's this 432, but okay. For anybody that's watching, I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna read the chat because I'm gonna tell you guys something. What I just played for you guys, I switched it, but I made the 432 one. I transposed it up a note, so it appears like it's lower, but it's not. So what I did was I made it so the 441 was the lower sounding one. You see how easy this trick is? 432 is just great math, by the way. If you change the length of a second is just a man-made concept. Change the length of a second, now you don't have 432. It's so weird. It might all that cymatic stuff is great, but you cannot turn it. You can't add that to Western music. It's completely two separate things. I completely understand the cymatics, but if you want to have you want to know what would really make music sound good is if you change the intonation. And when you change the intonation, meaning the distance between the notes. Right now we have it simple because every note, the distance is the same. But guess what? If you change the intonation like in the old days, before they had to do equal temperament because equal temperament is just easier. In the old days, Pythagorean made it so a C sharp key would be completely different. So just intonation means what our ears hear as humans is the perfect combination of notes, but it just doesn't work like that. So here's perfect intonation. So here's a chord. Beautiful. That's a fifth. That is as good as it gets. When we're using any kind of tuning right now in modern music is using equal temperament, which means they're all out of tune a little bit. So you can't change the relative note of A and fix shit. You just can't. This is just intonation, and if you play two notes together, it sounds amazing. Three maybe. There's no vibration that's off. There's no dissonance. It's just the perfect little area. But the problem with that is you start playing, this is what it sounds like. It starts sounding weird, everybody's been trying to find that golden how to do tuning for forever. It was more complicated before. They went with equal temperament in the last 100 years because we started getting more global, for lack of a better words. And the cellist in Vienna, didn't understand what the oboe player in Brazil was doing. My favorite, though, is Pythagorean, which means that the distance between the notes is meticulously formatted. So you have It's a little bit closer. That doesn't sound as in tune in the key of C, but C sharp sounds amazing. And you would that's why there's so many songs written in specific keys in classical era, because they literally sounded different. Problem with this one though is it starts going to shit when you get out of this range, because if you go up here, it starts getting a little pitchy. So we use equal temperament. So unless you're changing the temperament, 432 is not going to do anything. I'm sorry. I'm going to do a whole video on it one day. I just needed a ramp. So those are my 3 bullshit ones on my journey, in my opinion. And I think it's just a scam, to be honest. Your ear is hearing slightly lower. It's softer on the ears in comparison. But, you know, I can do that all day long by changing the relative tone. I can go to, I'll go back to equal temperament here. And, okay, right, so this is 440. And now we're going to do 445. It's not much, ooh. Is that the right one? Yeah. Not much difference. So if I said, here's 451. And here's 435 in between, a little lower. You can have 423 right here. Oops. So this is 423. You know, and if I said that compared to this one, it's a little softer because it's slightly less in tune. And it's like our ears are like, oh, that's better. What sounds better, this or that? Actually, that sounded better. And also, like, our ears are hearing so many things. This is why there's no, like, mixing, like, you can't just, there's no, like, right way to mix a song. Everybody's ears are hearing so many different things from different places in the room. So many different factors. So, I don't know. It kind of offends me that there are people that think they can fix music with just a simple trick like that. And the only reason why it bothers me is because it's annoying. Like, it doesn't, I can't. I have this clarinet here. I can't play clarinet with you if you're in 432. There better be a damn good reason for me to change this thing to 432 in your jazz band. I need a better reason. Because sand makes a thing. Out of here. Sorry, Laurie. I love you. All right. So that's it. That's my thing with the 432. Love you. Okay, I'm gonna read some of the chat, and I hope Lori's still down. I'm gonna have to reset up another stream, and after this is gonna be me hanging out for my birthday for a little bit. I am, as a birthday present, I want to play old school games and drink some. I might get a couple of White Claws. So I'll have to reset up a stream and set it up for like another hour, in like an hour or so. Where do I start on all of these? Okay. Ooh, if anybody in the chat like had something they wanted to say earlier and I missed it, please put it now. I'm gonna start at about where are we? Oh, thanks, Melodome. Good he was there. Christy Dolls. We need more of that kind of thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Walking on the Sun holds up. A lot of interesting lyrics. No shit. Somebody won't. Happy birthday, and you, happy birthday. Aw. Thank you, Angela. Sarah, what's up, Sarah? All right. Century of Enslavement. LaSween's got the best shit. He's probably got it in the song. The Century of Enslavement, a documentary about the Fed by James Corbett and the CorbettReport.com. It's a good introduction to the area. Gender, 1930 agenda theory is intriguing, you must say. Thank you. Okay, so I did put that link in there. That was the Fed one. It's a really good one, especially if you want to wake people up. Like, people will watch it. It's catching like a lot of good information, and it's a cartoon that's quick. Really good shit. Really quick, I want to take 2 minutes. Real quick. Pee. But I'm going to leave you with some I ruined it.
Excellent. And tonight, take my hand. We're off to Never land. Yeah.
I think I did it again.
Grab a brush and put a little makeup to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
Oh, baby, it might seem like a drug.
Its toll on me. 'Cause it ain't no holiday.
I'm serious.
'Cause that make me crazy.
You can stand under my umbrella.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside the trunk.
Check it out.
I want you ugly. I want you disease. What you gonna do with all that ass?
My heart. Yo no soy envidia, soy tu bizcochito, pero tengo todo lo que tiene delito. Que me pongan en el sol como marito. El mal de ojo que me manda me lo quito. Yo no soy envidia, soy tu bizcochito, pero tengo todo lo que tiene delito. Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Like a virgin, when your heart beats next to mine.
Yo, great. That was fun. All right. Good times. YouTube is not currently receiving data for this stream. What the hell? Oh. Okay. Okay, so I put the link there. Love that quote. I put people in the mood at the True Earth debates. Hell yeah. Nice. Troubling Tribune. Troubling Tribune. I've been chatting in the Flat Earth room in Modern Day Debate on Discord. It's terrible. There are so many Globers in there. Oh, man. Discord is just... I think that's just where trolls go to jerk each other off. Haha, that is amazing. Thanks. I forget what it was. Creative nuance. Suck at ape. Oh, the vocoder. Yeah. Literally, my last stream, guys. If you watch that, go to like 2 hours 45 minutes on my last stream. I'll fuck it. I'll just find it here. I can't believe this is up. I can't believe it. I went on a good one here. And it was really just testing to see if I can get away with saying things in a vocoder. So
Martin, can you say this? The Holocaust never happened. Hey Martin, can I say this? That the Holocaust was crowd. Way exaggerated and 6 million sounds really high. It sounds a little high. It sounds a little high. And just a little high. Oh no, I still got a channel. I'm just a musician. The Holocaust didn't happen. The Holocaust didn't happen. The Holocaust never happened like they said. no, no. No, 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 not at all. It's impossible. Just look at the numbers and the timeline. It's ridiculous. Why they teach us this shit? Why are they always trying to make us feel so damn guilty for them? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's 30% of all the population in New York. It's 56% of hate crimes. Yeah, right. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous fact. If you really think about it, it's more of an extension of your culture being a problem than ours. I just said something that is triggering, 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 trigger, 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 please what? I forgot that I was streaming. The Holocaust never happened. 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 The Holocaust never happened.
Yeah, and it just pretty much goes on for quite some time. So, if you ever want to hear the extended version of that, go ahead and check out my channel. Of all the things, so that was pretty fun. What up, British B? Hell yeah, that's totally your style. Barton Fink in the house. Hey, while I got you here, man, can you tell me the name of that guy who did that poop song when I came and visited you? I've been trying to find it. It's so funny. So, if you don't mind putting that in the chat, I would love to know because I need to hear that again. Oh, man, it's so good to see you. My old British roommate in the house. He's British B or Greg Pizza. Oh, man. Taking back eating. Holy shit. What happened here? We got some gospel. If I got a shit, dude. I like you, man, but you can't do that to me. Do I have to like do something here? People don't like to read essays. Nothing but love, man, but you know, you gotta spread this out. I know it comes from a good place here. But yeah. Laurie, yeah. Oh, I know. You go okay. Yeah, I'd love to do a late night hang. I do want to do a hang. This whole day got a little pushed because of the electric company. But I had plans on Rokfin to kind of just chat with Laurie and just shoot the shit and listen to some old copyright music that I can get away with and shit. So I was gonna set up another stream a little later, but it's just like a hang one, and it's gonna be Rokfin only. So I'll let you know. If you can't make it though, it's all right. And I will have call-ins if anybody wants to call in. I'll be set up for that. So if I didn't get to your comments, I'm sorry. I'm a little confused on where I'm at and which ones I've read. Taking Back Eden. No, much love, but I'm confused now. You might want to aim for Hebrew. Family Guy said it best. Italians are not Jews. You know the word Jew isn't allowed on Words with Friends? What's up with that? I don't know if Crumb Shady's doing a bit or what, if he isn't Matzah. Or I'm kind of doing a little bit of both. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun. I like to go in and out of doing a stick, but I'm obvious about it. I'm not like trying to like deceive y'all. All right. So I think that I might call it for this stream. Let me check my old notes. Yeah. Feel free, you guys. I don't. Thanks for the tips so far, Laurie and Run Boston Bear. And oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong chat. I'm looking at the one that makes more sense. Okay. Never mind. Run. I mean, Eden, you're not even here. I'm tripping. Okay. Where are we? Okay, semantics. I'm gonna send you a link. Yeah, I need a new link for the crow or for the StreamYard. I will send that. I'm gonna need like an hour to get everything set up. So how about this? It's 7:34 my time. 9 o'clock seems realistic. Okay, so 9 o'clock is where I'm gonna set up my Rokfin thing. It sucks. Like my computer took a shit when I tried to do both, so I had to pick YouTube. So I'll set that up for Rokfin only, and I'll see y'all soon.